it lost me. Alright, welcome back to Grim Survival. This is part 2 of this particular adventure. Yeah, part 2. I had to do it in 2 parts. The hike was just really long. So right now I'm setting up my chair. There's a fire pit here. If you watched the previous video, you already seen it. But there's a fire pit right there. I'm going to see if I can get the gimbal to continue to track me while I set up the chair somewhere. And then start a small fire. Cook some lunch. So, yeah, wish me luck. That's weird. Chair. Chair. It's definitely going to be known as the sinking chair from now on, because every time I sit in it sinks. Hasn't done it yet this time because I haven't sat in it, but you know, it probably will. We're gonna detach the phone here. I'm actually gonna grab the GoPro. Grab the GoPro and find a little bit of firewood, so stay tuned. We'll see if it can follow me. a little disappointed that I forgot my ferro rod. So we're going to do it the cheater way. I have a Bic lighter, fat wood. So we'll do it the cheater way, as I said. Stay tuned. Got to move this camera a little bit because it's a little too far away for tracking. Follow me, camera. Follow me. Over this way. Yeah, it's just not tall enough. It's definitely become quite a bit more windy than what it started out today. But I'm going to keep the fire small. I'm going to try to cook my food here. As I'm sure the title gave away, I have a chicken breast I brought with me. And I'm going to need to find a decent little skewer out here to make out of some sticks because I didn't bring one with. But that should not be a problem. I also have a can of beans. Because this is survival, not bushcraft. Alright guys, fire's burning down nicely. I have harvested a green stick and cleared most of the stuff off of it that's in my way. It is long enough, but it's got several of these knobs on it and it's a little crooked. So I'm going to trim it down, take the bark off, at least to where I'm planning on putting my food. I'll figure that out here. So it looks like I need to clear the bark to here. In case you're wondering, this is an SE Izula 2 my cutter handle. This is my EDC knife. I carry it with me everywhere. I always hook it to my belt and go with it. Honestly, I don't know the laws of carrying fixed blades in my state. I really don't. So, well, I've had it actually examined by officers before in an odd situation. So yeah, they didn't say anything about it. So I'm thinking it's perfectly legal, or they just didn't want to deal with it. One stick debarked. I'm going to take it on back to this knot right here and make sure my food doesn't go past it. Just don't want bark on your food. I don't know if it's true or not, but I've heard that bark can harbor bacteria and other things like that, and I've also heard it don't taste good, so let's just, for that reason alone, remove it. Alright, let's see if this is actually going to work. Maybe. Just maybe, make it a little sharper on the end. But we'll see. One chicken breast right here. forgot to bring a way to wash my hands. See if I can get the chicken on the stick without touching it. That'll be a feat, but we're gonna see. As you can see that, but chicken on a stick is not exactly how you want it. Get that stick to go through there a couple of times, through some of the thickest part. Try to weave it through under your stick. That just doesn't look like it's going to stay very well, but we're going to try it anyway. There it is. If I flip it upside down, it kind of hangs. So let's see. Which way is it going to sit on my skewer here and on my forks? I will probably have to fix this at some point, but we'll find out. There we go. Chicken on a stick. Obviously, I need to adjust the fire. There is a good amount of heat right there. I'll let the fire burn down just a little bit, too much. It's starting to do its job again, and I'll be cooking my food really shortly. I don't have a plate. I really need to get a plate or make one while I'm not here. Flat piece of wood would be good, but that is going with my chicken. It is not a pull top, so we're going to use the Leatherman. Let's see if I can remember where it's at. I always fold it back in half so it gives me a longer handle for more leverage. And I don't know if you can see that, but there it is. Got a hole already. Making sure there's no widow makers up there. This is a predetermined campsite, is actually listed on the map. It's not a bad little spot. All right. 1 can of beans. Yeah, this is how we're doing this. Just got a little bit of bean juice on the blade there. Keeps it from rusting, right? Bean juice. That's how we keep our things from rusting. Remember my Walmart camp cup? In an emergency survival situation, you can cook, but this is an aluminum can. You can cook it in there, but I would not put it directly over the coals. I have melted these cans in fire before, intentionally, I must add. Beans in a can right there. I do have a trash container. That's a lot of beans. I don't know if I'm going to be able to eat them all, but oh, we'll see. Tree on chicken. I set the beans over here just a little farther away because the chicken probably take a little longer to cook. And maybe I'll have to baby it a bit because I haven't done this quite as well as I should have. About the time I get it up there, the wind will change directions and I'll have to move it again. Quite a lot of flame all of a sudden on that fire. This should have been up a little bit higher. Making me move it. Anybody know how long it takes to cook chicken over a fire? Okay, what I've done obviously is cut a third fork, and I'm using all three of them now to balance it on its other side. I am going to get my beans here for some more heat. Let them get heating up well. In a survival situation, obviously building a fire is key. I would have showed you my ferro rod. I've done it before on video, but yeah. I have built bow drills before. If you don't know what a bow drill is, it's a bushcraft thing. It's a bow, really. It's two sticks, you know, a single stick with a string bent into a bow. You have another stick in the middle. You have a bearing block, and you have a small stick that's really dry under it. And you make a fire that way. I did not have that kind of time. Making a bow drill obviously is something that is a good skill to have in a long-term situation. But in a survival situation, if you are down to only making a bow drill to start a fire, you have done something incorrectly. Very much so, incorrectly. Yeah. You should never put yourself in that type of position to where you have no other option but rubbing sticks together. In survival, you don't do that. Now, it's good to have the skills, obviously. You should not practice those skills. You definitely should. But like I said, you shouldn't be in that position. That's a wrong position to be in. In my hiking pack, there is at least one Bic lighter. In my pocket, there's at least one Bic lighter. This one, I haven't taken the child safety thing off because I lost the other one. It's probably in the washer or the dryer somewhere. But yeah, you do what you got to do to survive. My beans are starting to boil, so shall we find my spoon and stir them? Not using the auto track right now just because it was losing me a lot and it's easier to do it this way. There was a 30% chance of rain today. I brought my tarp, forgot my rain jacket. Hopefully it doesn't rain. Hopefully I can cook chicken properly on a stick. I might have to just hold it because the stick I picked to cook with is a little not too, yeah, it's not working very well. So it is possible just to hold it like a marshmallow or a hot dog on your stick and cook your chicken. It really is. Obviously you want to make sure your chicken's thoroughly done. No pink, no juices flowing out of it. You know how to cook chicken, right? Yeah, if I practiced bushcraft a little more often, I'd probably have a straighter stick. It wouldn't be spinning all around. I'd have put my chicken on better. But, you know, I was hungry and I was in a hurry. Never get in a hurry when you're hungry, because you'll end up, you know, doing something wrong. And that's bad. So keep that in mind. Tip of the day. I'm going to move the forks a little. Very beautiful back here. If you watch the previous video of me hiking in, you know there's a cemetery just down the trail over there. Sacred ground. There's a sign out there that says no camping, but there is a campsite marked on the map, which I'm pretty sure I'm actually in it. I hope. It looked like a campsite. The fire pit was already here, if you want to call it a pit. Very hard ground right here. Very hard to cook the chicken right here because of the hard ground. Chicken cooking. It wouldn't be uncommon in a survival situation to find a bird of some sort in the forest. Especially if you had some way to dispatch the bird by way of firearm or bow, even slingshot, if you're really, practiced with it. Chair was sinking. And obviously there's a lot of birds that even don't fly that are back here. You can get turkeys. For the most part, they don't fly. They'll roost in trees, but they don't go far. If it's a real survival situation, you happen across some chickens. It's been known to happen. Then, obviously, a lot of times when they're processing game, like a bird of some sort in the forest like this, they just cut out the breast meat. Because a lot of birds, really wild birds, the breast meat is the only thing that's viable to eat on it. Obviously in survival you would harvest the organs that you could, and chicken liver, things like that. But this is not really a survival situation. I walked my chicken in here by way of ice pack and lunch bag. Now I got it here in case you were wondering. It is coming along quite nicely. I'm going to have to spin it again. If you see, I'm having an issue right here with this part staying open when I flip it, and it's not cooking right there. So, oh, here we go. We'll do this on the camera. Having an issue with this falling back over and not cooking over here on this side. So, I should have put it through the stick a little better. So what I got to figure out is how to keep it from closing again while I cook it. So maybe like this. It's not ideal to cook like this, obviously. But it works. It really does. I have never cooked a chicken like this. I have cooked over skewers and things like this before, but never chicken. So, chicken is a first for me. Chicken and beans. What do they call beans for dinner? What is it? Beans in the woods. That's a cowboy dinner, right? Beans in the woods. It's lunch, actually. I can tell you, it's 1 p.m. currently. I brought my watch today. Yeah, it's there. I'm still having a few issues getting the middle cooked where the stick is going through. Probably because of the stick. I can tell you the chicken is very hot now. These beans are probably pretty well done. Just keeping them warm now. And sinking pretty well in my chair. That's hot. I'll go in there. Yeah. When in survival, use what you got. I said this wasn't bushcraft. And look, this tripod's adjustable. I could even hold this up and make it quite a bit taller if I wanted to. Should have just done this to begin with. Oh yeah, that's working way better. Stay. Not bad. Beans. Could use to be a little hotter though. Now we're cooking. I wish the wind would be a little bit quieter. It was such a calm day this morning, and now it's just really picking up with wind. I was going to check the weather radar on my phone, but I have no signal. I thought I seen some dark clouds that way. The wind's coming from that way. And I left my rain jacket in the car. I think. Pretty sure I did. Yeah. I have a tarp though. One of the blue Walmart tarps that's really ugly and really cheap. Keep my beans warm while I wait. Shouldn't be much longer. Chicken is almost ready. It's got that good burnt color looking to it. These are a part of my preps. I have larger cans of these, obviously. I have a few of the small ones, but I have a lot more of the larger ones. Alright guys, let's get you closer. 'Cause I'm going to cut into this and see if it's done. Yeah, there's dirt on my knife. Look at that. There's dirt. That's okay. That's kind of messy on my leg there. Let's just find something to put it on. Like this. That smells incredible. That smells absolutely incredible. Does that look done to you? It's done to me. We're going to try this out. Oh, it's falling off the stick. Hot. Chicken's on the lunch bag now. I have to let it cool. If you have to let it cool, it's probably done. Probably. So, thank you, Lord, for this food. Amen. And I have beans, and I have water. A little bit of extra in there. There's no running water near me to put out the fire, so I will utilize what water I have and by other means also. We're not going to tell you. Alright, the chicken does look done to me. It smells incredible. It's really hot. That's good chicken. Only flavor added was smoke from the fire. But yeah, chicken cooked over a fire. It's really good. Maybe I should marinate some chicken next time and bring it out here. If you ever watched a channel called Kent Survival, K-E-N-T, he cooks these elaborate meals in the forest. I don't cook elaborate meals. I put chicken on a stick. Alright, I'm going to eat my lunch, and I'll get back to you. $16 ounces. Somebody my size, this could feed 2 of us. It's almost 2 p.m. now. Takes me about 2 hours to get back. GoPro died. Oh, it's okay. I got enough footage of the fire and the cooking with the GoPro. I don't need it currently. I do have 2 other batteries if I have to. This GoPro is rather old. This is a Hero 5. I'm going to show you if I can get it out of here. I'll have to change the battery anyway. But I got this thing from eBay. It was not in the best of conditions when I got it. Trying to get it out of this case. It's supposedly waterproof, but I don't think that's waterproof anymore. That's the battery compartment. And yeah, Hero 5. It's old. It works. Kinda. Yeah. I'll replace the battery later. I don't feel like getting up and getting it. The sound quality on that particular GoPro is just horrible. The video stabilization also is horrible. It just doesn't work very well. It's good for still shots, like sitting here and doing what I did with it, and I'm sure you'll see or have already seen clips from it. I'm done eating my beans. There's just too many of them. Chicken was good though. Now I'm going to clean this cup out because I have another use for it. Let's feed the squirrels some beans. Beans stuck on my cup. Look at this. Beans. It's like right there. That's okay. It's clean enough for what I'm about to use it for. Alright, stay tuned for the next video for char cloth, because we're going to have to do this an improvised way. This will be fun.